'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la.
Podcast. Two guys talking without wearing pants.
It's Arnold time.
Christmas in Oklahoma, we don't need pants.
Welcome back to the Pantless podcast. Here's your host, Austin and Travis. Take it away, guy. Hey,
Merry Christmas, everyone.
hey, Merry Christmas. What's better? What's the best thing you
Yes.
can have for Christmas? A fireball Christmas.
Or an eggnog and a Zelda cup. Yummy.
How about fireball and a skull cup?
Oh my gosh.
Fireball, eggnog.
Yeah.
So how you folks doing?
I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas with their families or whoever they spent it with, or with yourself if that's all you spent it with.
I was
Hopefully,
gonna-
it was wonderful.
Yeah, I was gonna say Merry Christmas, but by the time you guys are seeing this, Christmas will be over. So have a happy New Year.
There you go. Yeah. Be safe, guys. Be safe this coming weekend. Because I know everybody who's listening to this is listening to it the day it comes out. And because I'm so poignant when I put these things out in the podcast world, if you're only listening to this, I know you're listening to it right before the holidays, right before New Year's.
Is it bad that my thought is, I'm going to bed last night and my phone gets a notification. I'm like, oh, it's a Spotify notification. Oh, look, Austin actually uploaded the video.
I know, I'm so bad. I just forget. I need to set a reminder in my phone to say, hey, upload the podcast. That's what I need to do. But it's all good. The people get what they want. And apologies for the doubling up of episodes. We had our Anchor.fm, they've done some new things where you can have videos and audios, and it only works for Spotify, and so every other platform is getting 2 copies of our audio. So
really?
we're just our videos are going to just be strictly on YouTube for now, and our audios, you will only get 1 audio episode, and that'll be available through all the podcast platforms. So sorry
That's
for
fair.
the last 3 weeks. It was kind of weird. We got those things worked out. So
Might
if
need
you're
to-
listening to us, jump into YouTube, subscribe, give us all the thumbs up, click all those notification bells, because the YouTube video is always uploaded before the podcast. So if you're just dying
Normally.
to get,
Yes.
yeah. I don't think it's ever happened the other way around. I don't think.
I don't think it's really possible, really. Hey, I was
Yes.
happy. I woke up to go. I actually woke up in Missouri on vacation to a notification that our YouTube video was uploaded. And I was
Nice.
well, I edited
There you
that
go.
thing like a day early because we left Saturday morning.
Mhm.
That's normally when I'm editing, which
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to edit this one a day early.
Right.
No, I might still.
Tomorrow,
No,
for
I can.
us, tomorrow's Christmas Eve.
I can
So-
still edit on Sunday because that's the day after Christmas. I don't think I'm busy that day.
You're just going to be playing with all of your new toys, though.
Yeah.
So you might forget.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So
It's fine.
speaking of new toys, I was telling you before the recording, I've been playing a new game lately
Mm-hmm.
called Super Auto Pets. I've been watching a different YouTuber. He's been playing it on and off, and I'm like, man, I really need to check this game out. It looks interesting. It's a fun game. It super strategic game. Frustrating.
But as you were saying, it's mobile and PC, right?
Yes.
And you can pick up where you leave off. Like if you have to run, your wife's like, "We have to go shopping," and you're like,
Yep.
"Oh crap!" Then you go off of your PC and then say you're driving, and then you just hop in your car and pick up right where you left off on your phone.
You have to actually sign in. You have to make an account with them, and then
Mhm.
sign into that account on your other device. To play it on PC, you just go to you just search Super Auto Pets, and you go to their website, and it plays right out of your browser.
Fun.
It's a real good pick up and play. Real quick. If you want to know like kind of what's going on, go to the website where you play the game. It kind of explains some things. If you get on the mobile version, explains nothing.
So start out on the PC, do the
Figure it out,
browser.
or you could. There's like small little help bubbles, but they don't really help much. I honestly,
You should drop the link in the description, so
I will. I will
people
do
just
that.
like clicky click, and then boom, they're in.
It was fun. Frustrating. You play other. You play quick battles against other users. I don't know if it's you click battle and if somebody else clicked battle,
Right.
you're both live. You don't actually control. It all auto battles.
Gotcha. So you might just be playing against somebody else's team,
I don't think
and
so
not
because your
necessarily
team never
at the
saves.
same time.
Your team doesn't save.
Oh.
When you either get your 10 wins or you lose your 10 hearts, that team goes away and you start from the beginning. All from
okay.
level 1. You get all new creatures. Everything starts over. You start back with no wins, full hearts. Even the one time I got all my 10 wins, you get points that you can go and unlock, like different skins and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then it just starts you right back at level 1. No bonuses for beating it. I haven't got past 6 wins again. Very, very weird.
Let's check it out. In other video game news, did you see that Wonder Woman was announced? There will be a Wonder Woman video game
They announced
coming soon.
I'd forgotten about that. I think it was last week. We talked.
I tried to look up, and it just had like you could look up the teaser trailer, but it really wasn't. It didn't show any gameplay footage. It was just like, oh, here's Wonder Woman. It will be a video game.
That was unveiled at the Game Awards, and I just forgot to mention it. That's going to be running the Nemesis engine. That one of the I want to say that was a trademarked. Yeah, I know we are. Stop flexing who we are.
My collar was low.
Oh, I thought you were flexing the.
Oh yeah,
we are Oklahoma. Nobody cares.
I'm giving you messages. That's gonna be my new shtick. No, I'm just kidding. Don't come looking for new messages.
Just shoulder.
Go check out last week's message.
Yeah, we know what last week's message was.
But yeah, so Wonder Woman. I have DC.
Nobody knows anything about it.
Most of the time, their games are,
I want to say it's made by the same people that did the Arkham games.
Ooh, those are actually good. So
if it's the game I'm thinking of, I think it's made by the same company that did Arkham. That's
okay.
The Arkham Knight and Arkham series.
Right, but it's gonna be hard because the reason the Arkham games, in my opinion, were so good was just it was the atmosphere. It was just dark, grimy.
I played the first one, Arkham Asylum. I played all the way through that one, beat it, loved it. Went to go play the second one, which I can't remember the name. I don't know the progression of them. Tried to play the second one, got about 10, 15 minutes into the game, and it was, I don't know. I guess I just was done with it after the first one. I think I died.
I think I had the exact same experience, man. I think mine was exactly the same. Like, I went to I don't remember which one had I think the second one was with Catwoman.
I didn't even get that far now.
But I got into that little tower with Catwoman, beat that little section, and then just never played it again. I was just like, that was fun. And that was like at the very beginning of the game.
I think I was in one of the tutorials where you had to do like a couple like timing button presses.
Like the combos.
And I failed it like 3 times in a row because I just couldn't get the timing right and went, yeah, I'm not fighting this. And never played it again. Yeah. Like, I don't remember this being in there the first game. This wasn't this hard in the first game. I suck at life. I'm not playing this game anymore. So.
Yeah. So we'll see. Hopefully it'll be good. I love DC. I just,
the new Suicide Squad game looks pretty good. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
Cool.
You play as the Suicide Squad. It's supposed. I don't know if it's gonna be any kind of co-op, but you play as the different members of the Justice or of the Suicide Squad, and you have to go and try to take out Superman, Batman, and all them. because I guess something's happened and they have all turned bad and are killing people, and you have to go save the world from the heroes.
Okay.
I'm probably not gonna play it, but it's out there.
Have you got to check out the new Spider-Man movie?
I've not even.
We haven't got to see it yet either, so I want to.
So I saw Homecoming.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see Far From Home.
Okay.
So I'm still a movie behind. So I don't want to watch No Way Home until I see Far From Home. I gotta get Far From Home before I can realize I can't get home.
Right.
The fourth movie. What do you think the fourth movie is gonna be called? Homeless?
Yeah.
Are we home yet?
There's no place like home.
What up, my homies?
Gosh. Dad jokes. You do have kids, so it's
Ooh,
acceptable.
can we have a Spider-Man Homeward Bound?
Where he's running around with dogs and a cat. That would be hilarious. Spider-Man Homeward
Make
Bound.
it. Marvel, Sony, make this happen. I want to see it.
Oh, goodness.
Spider-Man
Yeah,
Homeward Bound 4.
Right.
So, I have not. I need to catch up on those movies.
Do it.
I
And
just
they
haven't
just
been
dropped the last episode of Hawkeye. I heard. I haven't seen the last episode. I got through the first 5.
haven't
I
even
haven't
started
seen
that one.
episode 6 yet. And then they've got Matrix 4, which I started that but didn't finish because we had to go shopping.
I got a notification on my phone that I now have. I probably won't use it, but I have HBO Max for a month free.
Oh, there you go.
And it's like, I don't know, AT&T's doing some weird stuff. But I don't know if I really want to get on HBO Max, and it's like, so
Is that for every AT&T customer, new and existing?
I don't know. I just got a notification on my phone, just like, this isn't a glitch. Check this out. I'm like, yeah, this
That
looks
sounds like
a
a glitch. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
You didn't click the link, did you?
There was no link. It just said go to It literally just gave directions on how to sign in, but it didn't give me my information. So I'm probably not gonna do it. I'm gonna wait till it comes out on something that I can watch for more free.
Yeah, more free than free.
Yeah, more free than actual sketchy free. Yeah. Yeah. So you never did tell me. What'd you toss in that eggnog you were drinking?
Crown.
Oh, you just went old school, huh?
I went old school, yeah. I was thinking about rum, and then I get to my, the top of my fridge, and I have no rum. I'm out.
That's
and so
not a
I was
good
just like,
thing. Sounds like I
a
need to buy
little
you.
a quick search on the old phone, and it said that whiskey is a perfectly acceptable alternative, and I tried it, and it is delicious. In fact, probably better. I can't even see rum being better. I don't know.
Do I need to buy you rum for Christmas?
Yeah, I mean,
And then drink it
won't.
for you?
Yeah, you just buy it for me so I can watch you drink it on the episodes moving forward.
That was the plan.
Yeah, I like it. It is good.
It's interesting.
Try it. Highland eggnog mixed with Crown. Delicious.
I don't know. This says the only thing you can add to it is Fireball.
Of course it does. It's like when you buy anything for that brand, it's like, here's a can of Kraft biscuits, and it's like, make sure you buy Kraft sausage and cook that Kraft sausage and then apply a slice of Kraft cheese on top. Buy some Kraft eggs so you can have a Kraft sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit. It's like, oh, okay. I will definitely buy Kraft everything.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Anyway.
So does anybody want to talk about how I'm beating you in basketball right now?
I don't know that anybody really wants to talk about it.
I want to talk about it.
You
realize-
can. It's happening.
Do you realize
I'm going to get my second loss. I'm not coming back. So it's fine.
you do realize that I don't think I've beat you very often in any of the sports. You generally
You
get
beat
the
me
best.
last year. You beat me last year in the playoffs. So
I did. I got that
You
big
did.
W.
Yeah,
But
that
in the
big
regular
one.
season, I've not beat you many times in all 4 sports we've done.
Goodness. Yeah.
Missed the playoffs, and now I'm gonna, do the best I've ever done in football in the
We've got
consolation ladder.
1 day and a couple hours left, and you've got a 244-point lead on me.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen unless you just don't have anybody playing tomorrow, and I have everybody playing. Then I can make a comeback.
Is that
But
how?
it's
Are we
it's
really
tough.
that far into the week? Dang.
I'm looking at the Oklahoma Kings and the Atlanta Gawks, and the Gawks only have a 100-point lead. So I'm
Yeah, I
really
know.
pulling for the 4-5 Kings to beat the 8-1 Gawks.
I think I want to say the 69ers are losing too. They
Yeah.
were the other night.
We don't have a 69ers.
Sorry, wrong sport. That's football. The Flint, Michigan, isn't it?
They are losing right now. You're right.
He that'll be his first loss.
If he loses,
Yeah.
tomorrow is the day that he can catch up. We've seen him score 300 points in a day. So, but if Frazier can keep up the power, he'll take an L. It'll be
So
interesting.
right now in the football winners bracket, you got the Dabblers are beating Frazier quite handedly,
Dabblers are tough, man. They're tough.
and Sean is currently beating Mark, but not by much.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's close. Anything can happen. Mark's still projected to finish with the win.
yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if anybody can beat the Dabblers. If the Dabblers team stays healthy and on track, they just can't get beat. They're so dominant.
It's hard to. It was hard to game plan doing 2 weeks. But at the same time, it's like I can take a few more chances in the first week, which it didn't
Right.
matter for me because I'm consolation ladder. But I saw that Marcus got Miami's defense playing this week.
And maybe we might need to start planning. So Monday, where am I? Oh, is there not a Monday night game? Sunday's the last day of the season, January 9th. So Sunday, January 9th looks to be the last game of the season, last games. So that's when the final week of the playoffs is over. We might need to start planning our little get together, where it's going to be.
Well, we can talk about that after we get done here.
We could plan it here. We could have all of our fans there. Everybody can come join us wherever we go. But you might need to be thinking about that.
Yeah, it doesn't look like week 18 ends. That's weird.
That is weird. There's no Thursday game. It's just all on Sunday.
Yeah, because week 17 has Sunday, and then the Monday game. Oh, bowl games are running.
So they're trying not to bump into
college. I think college is because week 17 has Cleveland and Pittsburgh playing on Monday night, and then week 18 has everybody playing. Dog it. Yeah, there's 4 games at 3:00, and then that ends it. Interesting.
Interesting fact, UCF is beating Florida right now, 29-17, with 2 minutes and 18 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. So
You do know Florida's really bad, right?
Oh, they're so bad, and it makes me so happy. But Florida's one of those teams that, when Georgia beat them, they're like, "Oh, look at how awesome Georgia is! Look how bad they
Oh,
beat
yeah.
Florida."
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, meh. Florida had to beat a terrible Florida State team just to make, and they barely did it, just to become bowl eligible.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah, that. Yeah, that cracked me
UAB
up.
beat BYU. That was interesting.
BYU was supposed to be pretty good, weren't they?
Yeah, they were ranked number 13, and
They
they
lost
got
to
beat
UAB
31-28 to an unranked UAB.
by the University of Alabama, Birmingham.
Tulsa won its little Myrtle Beach Bowl. That's good.
They beat somebody in Oh, they beat Old Dominion.
Yeah.
And they both had the same record going in. So, yeah, I heard about
Another
that one.
interesting game. No, that's it. So,
No. Nothing more interesting in spurts. Let's do a
Retro movie review.
review.
Jingle All the Way, sir.
Jingle all the way.
Did you
Yeah.
jingle all the way?
I jingled and I jangled. And
Jingle.
call back.
Did you Arnold a little bit?
I did. I
A
did.
little bit of
I
Schwarzenegger?
forgot. I remembered a lot of the movie. Forgot a lot of it. I forgot about Sinbad and the role that he played in the movie.
What about Anakin Skywalker?
That wasn't Anakin Skywalker.
The boy.
Was it?
The little boy.
No, it wasn't.
The little boy. He played the little boy played young Anakin. He was the same boy from the episode 1.
Man, I didn't even catch that. I recognized him, but I just thought I
Yeah.
knew him from like the early '90s.
Oh, what's
Interesting.
his name?
Interesting.
I don't even think they name him in a lot of the stuff, but yeah,
Now that I see him, yeah,
it was
see it now. How wild.
because this movie was made in '96, and I think episode 1 was what made in '99, 2000, somewhere around there.
I don't know. I would said like 98 or 99. I don't know. Who knows? Quick little
Jake Lloyd.
Jake Lloyd.
He looks kind of weird as an adult. Not gonna lie.
Well, he's got short hair in Jingle All the Way, and the Phantom Menace, he's got like long hair. But yeah, good one. I like.
What?
I don't know if it's on purpose, but I've got the main thing of Common Sense Media pulled up, and it said Arnold. It spelled his name Ahnold. So I don't know if they were being funny and saying Arnold, or if they just had a typo. I have no idea.
I realized I misspelled it in on our opening screen. I spelled it with an A instead of an O. I had a feeling I'd spelled it wrong. Yeah, episode 1 was 99. So there was a 3-year span between this movie and that movie. So
It was good. He did a good job. It was interesting.
really good. It's just a classic movie.
And I just don't. I wonder how much of that seedy underbelly of like the Santas, like,
Oh, that happens.
is that real? Like, are there?
It's gotta
I
happen.
mean, I know people are making fake toys, but is there like, was that based on some true event that happened? Like, oh, there are all these mall Santas that are
Or
selling knockoff toys.
after the movie released, some people were like, "Yeah, no, that's a good idea."
We can do that, and we won't get caught.
Yeah. We just won't sell anything to Arnold.
That's right. Yeah, don't want to sell anything to a guy that big.
So, all right, let's.
That was funny when he said, "You're not gonna be able to bench press your way out of this one." Ooh, sick burn.
And I will admit, Sinbad was hilarious in this movie.
It was so funny.
I haven't seen a movie with Sinbad in it in a long time.
We might need to track one down and see.
I'll have to look in. I'll have to look out. It'll be here next
Someday.
year.
But anyway,
Next
Metacritic,
year. Next year.
sir.
Metacritic.
Next year. Metacritic. What does Metacritic have to
So,
say about this movie?
23 critics out of 100.
I think they give it a 66.
You are way off. 34.
Wow! They hated this movie.
Hated this movie.
Hated it. Is that our lowest? Have we had one lower before?
Not sure. That's pretty
Remember
low.
many
This movie-
moons ago when we kept track of all that?
Yeah. This movie kind of had a bit of a pacing issue, in my opinion. It just, I don't know. It just didn't. I don't know. It just didn't have many interesting moments. It had some big moment, but I don't know. It was a one-track movie, I guess.
That it was.
Phil Hartman was hilarious.
Funny.
You knew everybody
He's
from the
such a
beginning.
ladies' man.
From the beginning, everybody knew exactly what was going to happen. So, 66 users out of 10.
I think the users said 6.6. I'll give that to the users.
You were closer this time. 7.4.
Okay, all right. So, yeah, I thought it was a good movie. I thought it was, like I said, Sinbad was funny.
Oof.
Phil Hartman, rest in peace.
So the
Funny.
critics gave us 3 positive, 7 mixed, 13 negative.
Gross! What did they say?
Hold on, let me.
They didn't like Austrians trying to tray American father roles.
I guessed.
Sure.
So we've got users gave it 46 positive, 9 mixed, 11 negative. So here, this guy from Chicago Tribune gave it a 38. Jingle All the Way has been well shot and imaginatively designed, but somehow that makes it worse. So does the fact that all the actors, Schwarzenegger included, are skilled enough to make you watch them. Jingle All the Way is one of the most mindlessly flailing films I've ever seen. That's Dissolve. Give it a 30. TV Guide magazine gave it a 25. Perhaps a diehard Rudin, desperate for a laugh, could find humor in this wretched attempt at a holiday heartwarmer. Unfortunately, that leaves the rest of us twisting in the wind.
Wow.
Okay.
Have we ever seen somebody who is an action star ever leave their role and perform in a movie that's like a lighthearted family film and succeed? Have we ever seen that?
Arnold. He did great in Kindergarten Cop.
Well, that's true. I wonder what the critics would give Kindergarten Cop, because I also liked Kindergarten Cop.
Action star that went to comedy. I mean, Jackie Chan does comedies and action.
Yeah, he's a hybrid.
Trying to think.
I don't know. Something to think on, sleep on.
The Rock.
The Rock.
He's done some comedies.
See, I think of him more as a comedy. Like, if I'm going to watch a Rock movie, I'm expecting comedy. I mean, obviously there's going to be action because he's so huge. But
just him moving his action.
Yeah. I immediately think, though, if The Rock's in it, I'm like, oh, this is going to be funny. Although he was in that movie where he had a giant 2x4 and he just broke stuff and broke people.
He's in a comedy. He's in a comedy movie and he flexes a muscle and they're like, oh, that's too violent.
Have you seen Red Notice? Have you watched that yet?
I haven't watched that one, no.
It's actually pretty good. Watch it. It's funny. Comedy. Action comedy.
Probably labeled as a romantic flick.
Common Sense Media.
Bad.
Are you ready for Common Sense Media?
I am ready for this.
Common Sense Media gives it a 1 out of 5 for ages 8 and older. So they didn't like it either. They said Arnold terminates the holiday spirit.
Okay.
Wow. Parents say 3 out of 5 for 9 and older, and kids say 3 out of 5 for 7 and older. All right. So we've got 6 categories here. Positive messages. What are you thinking about positive messages?
I'd give it a 3.
A 3. I would have said I think a 3 is fair. Maybe it would have went a 2, but I could see a 3.
I mean,
Common Sense. What do you think Common Sense Media gave it?
I'd say they give it like a 2.
Not present, but clickable, with a lot of words to read.
Obviously, it was present.
Yeah, not present, but
okay, now I want to know.
Harold yells at his son and neglects him, but eventually redeems
Harold?
himself by dressing up like a superhero and procuring the prized holiday gift. Jamie learns that the gift is less important than the love of his father, but only after parents and kids obsess over getting the gift. I think that's a positive message. When the ending of the movie is positive, like it starts out negative, but then they learn a lesson. Positive message. What? Come on, people. Oh my! Wait, hold on. We haven't even named this person. Heather Borner, Boerner, something like that.
I've never heard of that. I don't remember that one. Heard of that person.
I've never heard that name either. Violence and scariness. What do you think?
I'd give it a nothing, but they're gonna give it a 1 or they're probably gonna give it like a 3 or 4 because of the fight scene.
See, I would give it a 2 because there were a couple fight scenes. Santa's,
I'd
the
give
Santa
it a 1
Claus.
then.
There was violence in the malls. There was violence at the end. They did give it a 3. You were right. They gave it a 3. They said lots of punching, kicking, threats, and 1 explosion. While
I forgot about the explosion.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting. While
That was
pervasive,
funny.
the violence is comic, and no one actually gets hurt. Yeah, all of those cops are around there holding the bomb.
I guarantee you that little guy that got punched off his shoulders, he got hurt.
That was so funny. And he just flew straight back like 100 feet.
You can't tell me he got up and just went,
oh, goodness.
I'm good.
But yeah, there was that loud explosion from that bomb. It shakes the whole building, and then all of those cops are fine. They just walk out with like some ash on their face, ready to work at the parade.
He's all burned, and the cops around him are just like, I guess we'll just go back to work now.
Yeah, exactly.
None of them have any. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way that's not. If this was the real world, they would all be like put on leave, getting psychological evals, making sure they're ready to come back to work from this moment.
The guy that opened the package would have been in pieces, and I can guarantee you everybody standing around him would have been in a hospital. For as loud as it.
Yeah. That was crazy. But sexy stuff. I hate sexy stuff again.
Give it a 1.
I would have given it a 2.
For Phil Hartman alone. Just say Phil Hartman.
Yeah, exactly. Phil Hartman.
Brad.
100%. Based on the beginning where those ladies were coming on to him. And then he really tried to lay it on the lady in the car. Common Sense Media.
She's petting Brad.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Common Sense Media says not present, but clickable. Some brief kissing between parents. Ted is constantly hitting on Liz.
Ted, that's it.
And some unwitting double entendre by Jamie, like you mentioned. Mom's petting Brad.
Ted. I think his name was
Entendre.
Ted.
I said, did I say entendre? Entendre.
Yeah.
Double entendre. Oh, goodness. But, so yeah. So not present.
It wasn't
but
present,
all of
but
that.
it was all over
present,
the place.
But yeah.
There.
There.
Can't believe
language.
like that.
Language. Did you hear any language?
No.
I don't recall any language. Let's Common Sense Media says not present, but it's clickable.
I mean, there you go.
Liz utters the D word once, but other than that, it's mostly clean. So, so I would think should be at least a 1 because it's there.
I vaguely remember hearing that, but it wasn't enough to be like, oh my gosh.
Oh, that was when she walks in the door after he hangs up. He yells at his dad.
Oh, she
hangs up the phone, and then she's like, "Dang it!" and then says his name. So yeah, I do recall that now. All right, one of our favorites, consumerism.
Oh, give that one a 5.
You would think
Just
a 5
absolute, just a 6 or 7.
everywhere.
All
That
the
was
stars.
the basis of the movie.
The
The whole movie.
Yes, the movie was based around consumerism.
Yes, that was the movie.
Not present?
They said 3. 3
Oh,
out of 5.
I was gonna say not present.
But they are going by. They said, "Oh, I forgot about the parade. That too. Remember all the characters in the parade?"
Yeah.
They say Gumby, the Cat in the Hat, and Crayola are all prominently displayed during a holiday parade. There were so many more than that.
I didn't even
Anybody
pay attention.
from the '90s was there. There was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. There was all sorts of people.
I didn't even.
And then they
I
said,
wasn't paying attention.
2 dads go to extremes for a toy.
The
So,
movie,
once again,
it's literally based
yes.
on consumerism.
Yep. Common Sense Media needs to have a company sit down to figure out what they mean when they think consumerism. Because this movie is like all of the consumerism.
The definition. If you wanted to be like, if you wanted to explain consumerism to somebody, you would show them this movie. Be like, this is the flaws of it.
Yeah.
Like
the
Sinbad.
Most wanted toy. Here's a raffle. Get a ball, and we'll name your number, and then you have to pay double for the toy because it's supply and demand. And
Sinbad goes into that rant, that first scene he was in, where he strangles that lady about the flaws of the country and what's wrong with
I forgot about that scene too. Strangling an old woman.
He's like, he's like, oh, I'm sorry, you shouldn't wear furs. Like, what do we got on drinking, drugs, and smoking?
What do you think?
I'm gonna give it a 1, but not present because I don't remember any. I'd give it a 1.
Did he go into a bar?
He did go into a bar.
So I would say a 1.
I would give it a 1 because I don't remember if he actually drank anything. Because that's whenever they heard the radio show. He was at that bar.
I thought they were in a diner.
It may have been a diner, but he sat at a bar.
Gotcha. All right. Well, they said 3, so let's see where they got 3.
There was non-alcoholic eggnog.
Oh, that's right. Harold and Myron sneak liquor into their coffee after a long day of toy hunting. I do remember that now.
Oh, okay. Yep.
And then in a fantasy sequence, Jamie drinks liquor from the bottle. I do remember that one too.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know about a 3. I would give that maybe a 1 or a 2.
You could obviously tell
maybe
that was a dream sequence and that was faked.
Yeah. But it portrayed a child drinking liquor, so maybe that deserves an extra point bump. I don't know.
He knew how much stress he was going to have when he became Anakin a couple years later.
Right. People were going to hate that movie, and so they were going to see him, and he is the face of the movie they hate.
Yeah, basically.
But anyway, so what parents need to know? They say parents need to know that this film offers nothing in the way of genuine family fun. Young kids may enjoy the action, car chases, and explosions, but they aren't worth it for the miserable messages about consumerism and buying your child's love. The consumerism that they only said was a 3 out of 5. But a parent of a 7-year-old, funny, gave it a 4 out of 5, said CS review is way off. I was shocked to see CS's and a few parents take on this movie. This movie does not glorify materialism, it lampoons it. So, that's true. It does show you the downside of it. It's not like this is good. It just says the movie completely makes fun of the consumerism of the holiday season and exposes it for what it is, ridiculous and crazy. And then they go on. They say the movie is hilarious and it's mocking of our toy-focused Christmases.
Not really mocking it, bringing it to light, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, it's not.
I guess
we've seen people beat up and tackled on a Black Friday, so we know violence occurs over stuff.
The last time I can remember seeing or hearing of a similar situation in real life was the Tickle Me Elmo situation. You remember that?
I do remember that. Yeah.
When that was, I think I when did Tickle Me Elmo come out? Because I want to say I was already older, but I didn't have any kids yet.
I don't know.
96? That was way earlier than I thought.
But you were a teenager. You wouldn't have been interested in it, but you would have seen the craziness and been like, "Y'all are crazy."
I would have just been about 13.
I mean, I remember the craziness. I was but a 10-year-old boy. Oh goodness. But anyway, so that was Common Sense Media. I definitely think Heather kind of missed a lot of during that movie, missed the point of the movie. There was definitely consumerism throughout the entire movie. There was definitely positive messages about the fact that the consumerism is crazy and that really your family is more important. The child gives away the toy that his dad spent the whole day fighting for, literally fighting for.
Yep.
And just because he wanted to hang out with his dad, because he was like, "Oh, my dad's cool. I want to spend time with him." You know, typical age-old story of the dad that works too hard, not spending time with their kids. Yep. We don't know anything about that because we're not those dads.
Because I don't work that hard that long.
We're home every Christmas.
I'm home every day. So, next movie.
Did we already talk about this?
Ernest Saves Christmas.
Yes.
It is available on Disney Plus and Amazon Prime Video.
All right.
I am going to make my kids sit down and watch this movie.
My kids struggle to watch movies. It's tough. But
mine do too, but
my kids are like my son. We were watching A Boy Called Christmas, and he was like standing up and running around pretty much the whole time while watching the movie. It was craziness. It was like, kids aren't meant to sit down. But so the world sees. Here we go. Remind me Monday at 6 p.m. to upload the podcast. Ready? Hopefully she does it. I don't know. Remind me Monday at 6 p.m. to upload the podcast.
Yeah, she ain't listening to you.
She did it. She's just being quiet. She's being a woman. Why are you going to bother me right now? I'm watching my soaps. Ernest Saves Christmas. I'm excited. I love those Ernest movies, man. Those are great.
I didn't realize it's been so long since he passed away.
How long's it been?
21 years. He died in 20.
Wow.
He died February 10th of 2000.
Wow, that's crazy. If I had a bet, I would have bet he was still making movies into the 2000s. Yeah. How sad.
That's like I was telling a friend or person at work about some books that I like reading. Here, I got one right. I had one right here. Where did I put it? I don't have one right here. My book was right here. I don't remember where I put it. Well, that's just.
Oh.
It's gone. I don't know where I put it.
It's gone.
It was right there. One of my favorite authors of all time, by the name of Shel Silverstein. I don't know if you ever heard of him. He wrote children's poetry.
Nope.
Like silly poetry. I'm not a big poetry person, but I've been reading his books since I was very young.
So he's like those. He's got those giant poems, like the freaking Odyssey and the Iliad.
No, he writes short, little baby poems. Have you ever heard of?
You just have a book of poems?
Yeah,
what are you reading?
I own all his books.
So he's like, he also, what kind of stories does he write?
He doesn't write stories. But
So it's
actually,
literally just books of poems.
technically, he had. Have you ever heard of a book called "The Light in the Attic"
Nope.
or "Where the Sidewalk Ends"?
Nope.
The Giving Tree.
Actually, I think I have heard of The Giving Tree.
That was one of his novels that he wrote. It was a short novel he wrote.
Okay.
He also has The Missing Piece, and the sequel, The Missing Piece Meets the Big O.
Ooh, that's interesting. Okay.
Those are short stories. I own all of them. I actually rebought A Light in the Attic the other day, and I have it around here somewhere. Because literally, I was at the store the other day, and I own like 3 copies of The Light in the Attic. Because every so often they release a special edition that has like 4 more poems in it. And I'm like, well, I gotta have it.
Right.
And I didn't realize he passed away so long ago. Because he passed away in '99. I'm like, holy crap! I was not even. I was still
This
in
is
high school.
creepy. My Brave just popped up a notification said life-changing books for $10. Like, is it listening to our conversation right now?
It is.
Brave is supposed to be the good one. Brave is supposed to be the one that's not tracking us down. Oh,
It's tracking you.
I guess so. I guess so.
But they wrote one of my favorite books of his is his poetry book called Everything on It. It was a collection of unreleased poems that he had in his office that his family found after he passed away. It was all stuff that he had cut from all his other works, and they piled it into a book and made a full-size book out of it.
Okay.
And it's like that. I kind of get a little mad when I see an author like pass away, and then they release like, 6 more books. Because like Michael Crichton did that when he passed away. They published like 4 more books after his passing, which
they were all like fantastic.
One of them slowly became my favorite one that he ever wrote. A book called Pirate Latitudes.
Pirate Latitudes.
A really good book. You know who Michael Crichton is, right?
He's the Jurassic Park guy, right?
Jurassic Park guy. Yes.
Yeah.
Which, it's funny, I've read probably about 60% of his catalog of books. No part of that 60% is any of the Jurassic Park books.
Nice.
The books that he's
Is
most
that a
famous
principle,
for.
or
I don't know, I've just never read them.
okay.
Never. I think I started the audible version of Jurassic Park and just never finished it. Because all his other work is, I don't know, I love his work. Goes way over my head, his technical prowess, but love him.
Right.
Do you have any music for
He's
us?
pretty much a sci-fi. No, I really don't.
What were you gonna say? I cut you off.
I was like, is he pretty much a sci-fi guy?
Mostly.
And he's one that like really gets into the science of the sci-fi.
Oh yeah. In his novel Timeline, he goes into like specifics about how time travel would work.
Oh.
Like, this is believable. In his novel Terminal Man, which I found out the other day, they made a movie of that like 2 years after the book was released in the 70s. I need to track that down and watch it. It's about
retro movie review.
It's about brain, like guy that's got this. He has seizures, blacks out, and then goes into fits of violence. And they end up doing this brain procedure to try to fix him. And Crichton goes into like very detailed stuff about brain, about the whole inner workings. He was a licensed doctor as well, but just very technical. Like, you're reading it going, oh, well, this makes sense.
Right.
he
It probably
wrote.
doesn't make sense to anybody like that knows whether it makes sense or not, but to the layman, we'd be like, "Oh my gosh, he just discovered
Yeah.
the answer."
His book Andromeda Strain that he wrote in the 60s or 70s kind of almost explains what we're dealing with now. It was a virus that swept over the United States, and they had to put a small team of scientists in Nevada quarantined for like a year to try to find a cure for this virus that was killing people in the United States, like in mass quantities.
Hmm.
That was a miniseries that released. I've watched the miniseries and read the book. Funny how that actually, now that I think about it, that kind of makes sense. Music. We were talking music.
Music. I don't think I have any music
I don't either.
at all. I haven't really listened to much. I've listened to some Green Day, but you know,
What was I
some
listening?
Basket Case. But other than that, not really.
I was listening to some Dragon Force the other day, or
All right.
this day today. I listened to more Arch Enemy. I was listening to a lot of them. I mentioned them a couple weeks ago.
Is that what is that, or is it Arch Nemesis?
Arch Enemy was the one I was
It
talking
is
about.
Arch Enemy. I
Yeah,
don't recall that one.
it's the Swedish melodic death metal with a
That
Canadian.
played music, Christmas music.
No, that was Orion's
Oh,
Reign,
that's right.
which they were also. Well, they were Norwegian, I think. I get confused with those different bands.
Right.
Arch Enemy does the screaming. They got a female lead singer, and she does some really interesting vocals. Other than that, I ain't got nothing else. Like, comment, subscribe,
Yeah.
follow us.
Watch.
Follow us. We may sometimes post things on socials.
Possibly.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Come join our Discord.
Yes.
Give us
do that.
suggestions on what you want to hear. Join us on an episode.
Yeah.
We'd love to have guests.
Yep. Just hit us up. Let us know you're gonna be here.
Just
Come in.
the Discord link should be in the description below.
Yep.
All of our social stuff should be right in down underneath here.
Down under.
He's
Australia.
over there.
I'm over here.
I'm over here.
He's over here.
I think we're out for the day. Night.
All right, guys.
You guys have a good,
Peace.
happy, merry New Year's.
Everything. All of the Christmases.
And
New
hopefully you
Years.
had a good Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Bye, Austin.
Bye, Travis.